show we adore. From the heart of Perth to the world beyond, let's hear your roar. Perth Swan Cricket, let's make it clear. The community sports show brings us the cheer. Batting, bowling and fielding with flair. Each game is a story for the players out there. Riding the highs, embracing the lows with passion and pride. That's how this game flows. It's the PSCA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. Hey! Breakdown of the action. Listen to the crowd. Cheers for the wicket. Oh, they're screaming loud. Cricket's not just a game. It's a sight to behold. Stories of legends, both young and the old. No matter the grade, we cover it all. With every wicket taken, we rise and we fall. Across the grounds of Perth, we gather and share memories of triumph, skill, and the players' great flair. It's the PSCA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. United and strong, with every strap pulled tight, we all sing along. Commentary electric with stories that soar. This week's highlights leave us hungry for more. Catching every moment, we live for the fight. Every player's battle, our hearts feel it right. It's the PSCA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. So tune in each Friday. Don't miss the show. For all that's exciting, the hype and the glow. Thanks to the sponsors who believe in the game. Your support and pride have earned you the fame. To Perth and beyond, we're proud to declare the PSCA Review Show is tops everywhere. With bats and with balls, we're ready to roll. Join in the action. Come and feel the soul.
And so is the camera, which must mean it's Friday night. And I suddenly realised how quiet it is and how loud I am when the aircon's off. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, one and all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or just like it is here in Perth, good night, wherever you are across the globe. It is edition 20 of the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show. And I'm joined, you all know me, I am Noel Knowlesy Johnson. I'm joined by one of the show hosts. He is the president of Caversham Cricket Club. He's threatened me a few times and finally he's followed through on that threat and turned up at the door here Friday. Welcome back, Steve Abbott.
Thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm happy the week's finished, mate. It's been a long one. So.
You've been in the wars yourself lately? You recovering well?
Yeah, a couple of bullet holes in my guts, but I'm good now.
Yeah, well,
appendix is useless.
We won't mention which club it was took shots at him. It might have been his own, but
Yeah, get rid of him. Useless.
nah, look, tough job you do. We were just talking about
Yeah.
the challenges, especially coming up. Congratulations, your club 5
Yeah,
out of 6
5 from
teams in.
6. I'm pretty happy with that, mate.
Very good effort.
Yeah,
Very good
Middle
effort.
Swan just snuck in as well, so that's
Yeah, what do you mean? We stormed in,
Stormed
mate.
in.
We
Yeah,
stormed,
stormed
in. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that throughout the
yeah,
night.
it's
no?
coming.
And well, we've had a few wagers, haven't we? So with 5 sides in, though, I'm not going to wager anything against Caversham this weekend. Good to see Neil Weasel Worsley online there. Good shout out to you there, Weez. Caught up with him last week because I've been doing the travels.
Yeah. The show's gone mobile.
Yeah, well, literally drop the van off and just get in the car and go meet and greet and press the flesh, as they say.
Yeah.
And it's been great fun. So thanks to everyone who's caught up with me, and thanks to you guys. You offered me drinks as a halfway house
Yeah.
on the
No,
way
you gotta
through.
look after you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. But of course, speaking of looking after us, we couldn't do this show without our platinum sponsors, ID Athletic, for all your sporting apparel and promotional club merchandise, and and Vision Decor. Sorry, I did ID Athletic, didn't I? Sorry, Mike. And Vision Decor, curtains, blinds, awnings, whatever you need. They've got all the indoor and outdoor products. Talk to them about a free quote. All right, well, mate, it's finals. End of the
Yeah.
season is just 2 weeks away.
It's been a long year.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this time in 2 weeks, we'll be at the wind-up.
Yeah.
You booked your ticket?
I have.
Yeah, mate.
I have multiple.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. We've got a few.
one
coming
for
up.
each personality, or?
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like it at this time of year. Everything's just a blur, mate. It's
So I'm still
pretty rough.
cheeky. I still pull out those one-liners. And that's what this show's full of, viewers. It's all about you and the Perth Swan Cricket Association, where we look at every grade. It is the last time I have to do 4 teams per grade.
Yeah.
So that number will
half
halve.
half of
Yeah.
it again next week.
Half again next week. But look, it's been a big year. The club obviously doing something well, and since I
Yeah.
saw you last, you won the President's Cup after losing
Yeah.
the T20.
Yeah, that was. a
I'll
big-
get that in early.
Yeah, get the T20 in first. We've also had this chat, and I was just remember that flag's at Jackman tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, it's been a pretty good wind up to the end of the season. Unfortunately, you guys took the pip for the T20s, but big win in the President's Cup. That was, if you didn't have a dog in the race, that was a pretty wicked game of cricket to
Yeah,
watch.
it was
but
a great game,
having
mate.
a dog in the race, it was even better. So yeah, it was a pretty wicked Sunday to go and watch some cricket. That's for sure. So.
Well, it's been a pretty wicked season all year
Yeah.
round. Plenty of good cricket and
Yeah.
some big numbers this year. 26 of the 30 clubs playing in finals. Congratulations
Just
to you
keep
all.
around it.
And I know you said you like the heat, but I'm going to put the aircon on.
Knock yourself out, mate. You're all good.
Oh, I better not do that on camera. Although, with my coordination skills, it is possible.
There you go. Look at that. I knew what you were doing.
Go, Gadget Arm. All right, but look, 26 out of 30
Yeah.
clubs. From an association perspective, they must be pretty happy.
Look, from an association point of view, definitely. I had a quick flick through some of the results from the weekend, some of the tables. I know E grade, for example, there was only 2 games between first and sixth at
Yep.
one point. I know there's quite a few grades in the same spot, so yeah, it's showing how strong PSCA really is.
And for the first time in a long time, viewers, I'm pleased to report that not a single team went through without a win. So everyone at least got one. A
Someone's
few
gonna-
got a few more, but but only a couple of sides missing out, so unlucky to them. But a few sides also, or a few clubs I should say, also with a couple of sides competing. Swan View have their first and third grade, so they're dominating the two-day
yeah,
format.
cricket, big time.
Allenbrook have second grade and G grade in there. Well done to the Rangers.
And E grade as well.
Oh, and E
Yeah,
grade.
I can correct you there because we're playing them tomorrow. So.
Okay, in that case, I'll have to sack my statistician. Slap him about. No violence. No. Bad Noel. So E grade, sorry, I do stand corrected. City Beach have a couple. Both City Beach sides in.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Both Bullsbrook sides in.
Yeah.
And Caversham, you've got 5. You've got, what have you got there? Third grade.
Twos, A's, B's, C and E.
Yeah.
So it's only our bottom side that didn't make it through. So unfortunately, but next year.
Yeah, next year, bigger and better.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, we've got plenty to get through, so we probably should get underway, viewers. Now, it is the penultimate show. We've got next week. I'm tossing up whether to do a short grand final review show on a Wednesday night ahead of the wind-up. Might do that. But tonight, I do have a spare Joey's Swan Valley Diner voucher in my back pocket. Well, actually, it's over to Steve's left there. So I'll give that out. If, like last week, all you got to do is say g'day. Neil's already in the running. Not that he'll enjoy it, but he doesn't need it. He's back to work as well, Weasel. So good luck on getting into your new job there. All right, well, look, mate, I've said enough.
Yeah.
Time to let you say something. And before I do, just very quickly, a big shout out to Steve Patton-Ostro of West Coast. Congratulations on your 250th
250 games, eh?
Games last week. And a thank you to all the clubs that have shared this. We were talking about life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I can't add every club as a co-host. I
Yeah.
tried that earlier, it didn't work. So now we just tag the clubs. So a big thanks to the clubs that have shared this, and a big welcome to you all. All right, let's get into it, because last week we saw the end of the 2-day competitions and a few results there. I'll do the first one. We'll just play tag team through the matches. Les Murdy-Mazenod put in on a brave 226 off 70 on day 2, unable to match Swanview, who were 280 off their first day. Back to Les Murdy-Mazenod Day last week. A big shout out, part of my tour. Caught up with some old fellas there, or younger, older fellas.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm old, I am old, upper middle age, I say.
Upper middle, I like that.
Someone who's 40 is still young, but
Yeah.
they're actually men, and I can't say young fellas.
Call them boys.
Yeah. So, Richo, good to see you. Trent and Reese out there, Pottinger and Casey as well. Thanks for saying good day. Always nice to see some old new faces.
Yeah, definitely. Bayswater, 7 declared for 249 off their 70, and Forestfield, none for 22 off the 12, and I'm assuming that was the first week, and then 157 off 82. Looks like they fell a bit short, but not a bad weekend, really.
Well, to get to the 82 overs there for Forestfield, even though it was 157, just a good resistance there, and we'll see that in a moment when we have a look at some of the performances. SKLP, well, they had 212 and then rolled Carlisle for 171 off 72 before deciding to have another bat. One of the only games last week that went out there for another go, but that's the way they did it.
Wasn't it 47.9 degrees or something last weekend?
Oh, it depends. Some people say it was only 39 and a lovely day. But they ended up with 2 for 85 off 8 overs there.
Yeah.
So unusual decision, but
moving, getting ready for finals maybe.
Yeah, just batting players, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe giving a couple, and a few clubs did it, giving batsmen that haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
To actually with the heat.
Yeah.
Last week. In the batting stakes, well, Louis Page, Carlisle, top scored with 51, while Joel Shaw had 33 for Carlisle.
Kush here again, 43 and 31, and Rishi Shalanki from SKLP's. I was at 31 to Rishi Shalanki, sorry, in SKLP's second grade.
Yeah, so a couple of solid players there. Yeah. Now, this is what we talk about, efforts of the week. I've been looking at numbers and stats more in the last 2 weeks than I've done in the last 20 years. It's this sort of effort, though, that throughout the year we've rewarded with effort of the week. Because Adam Colborne only put on 9 runs, but was out there for 85 balls and opened up as part of that Forest Field resistance, just to keep the Bayswater side out there going. Last game, we're not giving you anything.
Yeah, nothing comes for free.
Yeah, so well done there, Adam. A great knock of 9 off 85, putting you in the running for the effort of the week. Tyler Lovell had 45 off 95 at 5 to be a part of the resistance as well. A couple of senior players there, along with Matt Zappacosta, 15 off 85. So
Dig.
Going into true one-day mode here, or two-day mode, I should say.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Parnham with 22 off 7 at 7. So 5, 6, 7 there.
Yeah.
Putting on 80 odd.
Yeah.
Off a couple of hundred.
Yeah, exactly. Over at Les Maz, Matt Dacey, 49, and both Dave Kelly and Dan Yaksich for 43. And apparently no Goldens.
Yeah, I know you like your Goldens.
I do.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, well, at the end of the night, we'll talk a little bit about the Goldens. Won't announce the winning team until a fortnight's time. I know who it is, though. Rodeo man Matt Sadler of Bayswater chipped in with 5 for 13. A good spell there, Rodeo. He had them off 13 overs, so good knock or good spell.
Chris Wollaston, 4 for 50 with the ball and 47 with the bat last week.
While Jigga Karai had 3 for 21. Ashid Vasani, 3 for 31. And Trent Kinley of Swanview chipped in with 3 for 36 to go with his 65 with the bat.
Yeah. Moving on, Swanview are minor premiers in first grade, 3 games clear too.
You okay? I know it hurts when we say that, but big shout out to Peasy. Well done there.
Oh, look, we don't play in that grade, so we'll let him have that one. 3 games clear at SKLP. Bayswater who got 6, and Carlisle finished with 5 wins. And is that Les Murdy, Mazenod, and Forestfield to take the 5 and 6?
Yep, correct. So it is 1v4 sudden death finals.
Yeah.
That's a tough gig. It's been like that for a few years. You finish on top, 3 games clear, you have a bad day.
Yeah, cricket's a cruel game.
And you get no second chances. So minor premiers, Swanview take on 4th place Carlisle up at Brown Park there, and SKLP taking on Bayswater. That game, of course, at Maguire out there in Beachborough.
Yeah. Yeah, moving on to second grade, 5th place Uni. Had Ellenbrook all out for 272 off 67 overs, and felt the heat day 2 by the sound of it, all out for 83. With the rules for the weekend, they called the game after that, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, okay, you won.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible to go back out and get rolled again after that. And I'd touch wood, it wouldn't have happened to them, but it'd be a horrible day in the sun to have to bat twice.
SKLP didn't have to bat twice in the second grade. They said that'll do. They had 182 in day 1, and Caversham, that's your mob, of course.
Yep.
Well, that's not highlighted. I'll tell you what, my notes prepper person is going to get stern talking to. Caversham managed to finish with 127 off 57, so disappointing win, but
yeah, it's just disappointing weekend for the boys, but
still in the finals.
Yeah, that's it. Top 4, that's all they needed. So.
And Ascot had the weekend off and basically crossed their fingers, and it wasn't enough.
Sandy Bra, Caversham, was the only batting mention, 45 off 85, so the finisher. Unfortunately, couldn't get the cookies with this one, but he's only bloke with batting mentions in that grade. So.
Yeah, it's going to be light in a couple of grades, I can tell you that, because a few grades like that. Kelpesh Bandari had 5 for 21 off 12 overs there. Ryland Knell 3 for 4 off 14 overs, including 11 maidens. That's a great effort for a bowler.
Gopal Malankuma, 3 for 10 off 11 to go with 39 runs last week, and Aaron Dis 3 for 18 off 11, and no Goldens again.
I know. I'm going to have to get the tissues out during the breaks for you, but
Yeah.
you'll be okay, mate. Allenbrook, well, they're the minor premiers there. Ascot didn't need to worry. They did finish second, so they'll take on your guys.
Yes. Yeah, Ascot at Ascot.
Ascot at Ascot. Allenbrook taking on fourth placed SKLP. That game will be at Allenbrook District Open Space.
Yep. Moving on to third grade, SKLP 184 off their 66, and Les Murdy Mazenod 153 off 64. Swanview also went on 2 for 73 off 31 to 269 off their 80. After Roland Bayswater for 83 off 38, so tough day there by the sound of it.
Call it.
Yeah.
Ascot decided to call it 4 declared 238 off 55, ended up defeating University 117 from 57. So again, just hanging around, being persistent.
Yeah, a couple of the Swanview boys with a mention here in the batting: Caleb Smith 61, James Musker 46, Greggy Smith 42. Do you want to do the bowlers? Do you want me to do the bowlers?
No, well, I'll let you keep going
Yeah,
there
okay,
for a moment. I'm just checking. Viewers, I do apologise. I did tell you. We're streaming through both the Perth Swan Cricket Association page and, of course, the Community Sports Show page. So I just need to double check occasionally that I haven't left someone commenting.
Someone unread. Moving on with the bowlers. Bayswater bowlers, 34 overs. I'm taking that. 6 wickets. 6 wide, 5 no balls, 5 leg byes, and 18 byes. That's a tough day in the field.
That's like I was buying the stumps.
Yeah, or me.
Well, you didn't need to agree, but yeah. Max Gill. Oh, you want me to pick up for you?
You're right, keep going.
Max Gillard had 34, Ryan Kovlev's with 33, and then Matty Yaksich with 26 off 46 at 11 for Les Murdy Mazenod. So good effort there.
Jake Williamson 4 for 40, Todd Sessions 3 for 7. That's not a bad return.
Yep.
Kishan Halai 3 for 14, and Moet Kumar 3 for 17. And there was 1 golden there for Uni as well. So.
Well, unlucky Uni. Oh well. They'll drop down next year. We'll have a look at the ladder. Swanview again taking out the minor premierships here in first and third.
Yeah,
so
first and third. Good effort.
Good effort. SKLP takes second with 9 wins. Ascot have third by 0.7 ahead of Bayswater, who fell out of third but just hung on to take the fourth spot. Les Murdy Mazenod and Uni both finishing on 2, but it'll be Uni who will drop down next year. Matches this week?
Swanview versus Bayswater. I'm assuming that one's at Brown Park.
Yep.
And SKLP and Ascot, and I'm assuming that one will be at Maguire.
Yeah, always double check.
Yeah, don't listen to me. I probably shouldn't
or
say
me
ground.
sometimes. I've noted a couple lower grades, but I just went with the presumptions for the top grades there. All right, well, viewers, it is the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show Edition 20, if you can believe it. And, well, I can believe it because I've been in here for all 20 of them. And it's been my absolute pleasure, as well as to be sponsored by ID Athletic and Vision Decor. We'll take just a quick break and be back to have a look at the one-dayers and start to get into a bit of Caversham versus Middle Swan rivalry. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey there, Perth, let's gather round. The Community Sports Show is the best show in town. Since 2019, we've been on the go, bringing you the action. Come and join the show, from cricket to footy and other sports too. All the local legends shining bright and true. We've got the cheers, the thrills, and the high fives. Every match we cover makes you glad you're alive. It's the Community Sports Show, let the good times roll. Broadcast with the Community Sports Show. Embrace the chase. We're amplifying voices, putting you in the frame. On a global stage, together we proclaim. In Perth, we're cheering. Come join the fun. Every sport, every level. Together we run, so hit subscribe now. Let your spirit soar with the Community Sports Show. You'll always want more. It's the Community Sports Show. Let the good times roll. Broadcasting our passion, igniting your soul. From the grassroots hustle to the pro level fight, we're all about community. Taking flight on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram too. Join the fun, stay tuned. Everything is here just for you. So here's to the games and the spirit we share. The Community Sports Show, we're always there, bringing Perth sports to the global stage. With every heartbeat, we're writing a new page.
And turn the camera back on because we're back.
We're back.
Here on the Community Sports Show. It is the Perth Swan Cricket Association Intersport Slater Gartrell Review Show,
Yeah.
edition 20. Well, you don't want a big mouthful at the moment because
Nah.
you got sore
Right,
gob.
Sore gob.
Sore gob, that's an
Talking too
official
much.
medical condition. Well, yeah, that's why I'm falling apart. I just don't stop. But congratulations, everyone. Welcome back. It is time to have a look at the one days. But before we do, Steve, you've got something in your hot little hand there.
It's the first time in my entire life I've been asked to model something. Joey's vouchers.
Yeah, well, we've got one to give away. Just say g'day. Neil Worsley is the only entrant at the moment. So if you want a chance to win that voucher, you can do it tonight. Just say g'day on the comments there and we'll put you in the running. And I'll have to double check at the end that we've got all the comments from all the feeds. All right, well, it is time to have a look at the one-day grades. And as Steve said before, with the heat policy last week, these were all 25 over games. So, g'day there, Joel. It is a meeting of the presidents here. Joel Kenworthy, a Kookaburra president online there. Good to have you online, Joel. Welcome. But yeah, heat policy, 25 overs.
Yeah.
There was a lot of conversations Friday and Friday afternoon in particular.
Look, everyone knew the rules at the start of the season. If anyone wanted to change it, put the word out. It's always been there. It hasn't changed. But I agree, 25 overs is probably too short, in my opinion, but I'm only one person, so...
Yeah, and look, there were conversations as I travelled around the grounds. I heard a particular club captain who shall remain nameless. I was at the ground at the change of innings, and they said, we're taking afternoon tea, and he's gone, but we've only played half of a game,
Yeah.
half of an innings.
Yeah.
So there's some work to go on there, but health and safety first and foremost.
Look, you've got to make sure people go home, but at the end of the day, we play cricket. It's a summer sport, so...
Yeah, there is that, but yeah, look, that was a conversation, and you know, through the association and through our page, there was lots of banter about it is a summer sport, toughen
Yeah.
up, you know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
But reality, I mean, we're not all spring chickens.
No, exactly.
And on a 40-degree day, common sense,
Yeah.
you
Well-
know, the question I had around it was about the start time.
Yeah.
Because at the airport I was copping questions, so I had to look, and I'm like, 2 o'clock was the official heat
Yeah.
of the afternoon. in the middle of the change of innings.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why don't we start at 3 o'clock or something?
Yeah.
So,
Look, at the end of the day, if you look through the scores, it made for a pretty interesting weekend of cricket. So, for nothing else,
well, and there, I mean, like our club, Middle Swan, there were conversations about if suddenly it had to hit the cut-off temperature, you miss out
Yeah.
because you're relying on that last game. And as a neutral commentator,
yeah,
you have to say, well, if you put yourself in a position to rely on that,
yeah,
then you put yourself in jeopardy.
Exactly.
So everyone got through, though.
yeah. Look, cricket's a pretty simple game. Take the wickets, make the runs, and go home.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Take the wickets, get some runs, have a few bevies with your mates, then go home after
Yeah,
that.
there you
But
go.
that's a different conversation.
Yeah, offline, not today.
Yeah. Big shout out to Jeffrey Hammond there, giving me a bit of a talk up because we started our darts on Monday and I actually did all right. But thanks, Jeff. You were still our best player, though. All right. So, as we said, 25 overs, no minimum of 20. A few strange declarations along the way, but
Yeah, a couple of weird ones.
got the job done, and I'll let you lead off because it's your side
Look,
first.
yeah, Division Decor A grade. Caversham 116 batting second there. 116 and 16 overs. Pretty light work for the boys. Punjabi Hawks unfortunately only made 112. So
And that is a prelude to this week, so
yeah, that was actually a hit out for the champion player there too. So there was a couple of guys going for their
a
going
few
for the
hits.
champion. Yeah, exactly. So it made for an interesting game all round because everyone knew what was on the line. So Mount Lawley Inglewood 119 lost to Helena Valley 5 for 123. And they made that 1, 2, 3 and 14 overs as well. So
Yeah.
pretty big scores pretty quickly.
See ball, hit ball.
Yeah, big time.
A few people did that. Yokai Pilbara did their best to do that, but they put on 149 before going down to Scarborough, who put on a strong performance. I saw a bit of this game there. A few of the younger
Yeah.
Sharks coming through. 4 for 212 off 25 there, Scarborough, so good knock. And Dianella didn't need to do too much in the heat there. 4 for 69 in just 10 overs to defeat Coolbinia West Perth 65. So that game was over in about an hour.
Yeah, pretty quickly. Love how you give me all the hard ones to pronounce.
Malu Swanepoel.
Swanepoel, there you go.
Yeah.
76 off 43. 12 and 1 was 12 and 1 for.
12 fours and 1 6 there
12
in
fours
the
and
knock
1
for
6. Yep.
Marcus. Yep.
Will Stockdale 73 off 61 was 6 and 2. Sean Cohen, pretty Mr. Reliable over there, 71 off 42 and 3 fours and 7 sixes. Dave Washbourne 47. Arishdeep Sandhu 40 not. Rajat Chaudhry 34. Rory McFarlane Burrow 32 not and 5 Goldens. So
Well, since you have been waiting for them, but I'll say hello to Ryan Leonard. Good
Hello,
to
young
see you
fella.
there, Ryan. But I know you love your Golden, so do
Yeah.
you want to listen?
yeah, 2 for Hawks Punjabi, 2 for Helena Valley, and 1 for Coolies.
And keep piling those numbers up there, teams, because certain club doesn't want the title.
It's finals, mate. Finals don't count.
I know. I've already. I know. PFG Plumbing and Gas. Thanks to them for sponsoring our association awards. I do know that. Unfortunately, I had to draw a line in the sand. But Nathaniel Weems, he was top performer last week with the ball. He had 4 for 32, while Will's brother Jack had 4 for 24 in a good performance there. Hayden Boffey of Dianella, 3 for 12, and then one of your fellas.
Yeah, old Jeevan Preet, Lally, 3 for 20 and 2 catches, and he made 51 opening the batting. So he made a decision that he wasn't going to leave it to chance. He was going to go for the champion points and open the batting, which I think he should do more of. So
Yeah, well, he's
Old
all
Mr.
rounder
Cool.
there, yeah.
old Mr. Cool nothing really flaps him. So
Well, we'll find out tomorrow how flappable you are, Lally.
yeah, and then Deepak Arora, 3 for 25.
And congratulations, mate. Minor premiers, Cabbage and
Yeah.
Crusaders.
Yeah, the boys had a really good season there. They gelled as a team really well. So,
3 games clear of Dianella, so
Yeah.
not just comfortably, but convincingly.
Convincingly, but as we've said right the way through, finals are a different game. You get one shot and one shot only, and if you choke, then you've only got one shot. So everyone's got to turn up tomorrow with their best hat on and go from there.
No excuses tomorrow.
So,
Any club, any
yeah.
grade.
Yeah.
Perfect conditions are scheduled.
Yeah.
Not too hot, no rain.
Bit cloudy, so the bowlers will be enjoying it.
Yep. So Caversham on top. Dianella with second place sewn up there. Then it's Helena Valley and Hawke's Punjabi rounding out the top four in the Vision Decor A grade. Scarborough moved up to take fifth with that win, with 7, but they'll still miss out, as do Mount Lawley, Inglewood, Coolbinia, West Perth, and Yokine holding up the ladder.
So the games for the weekend: Caversham at home playing Hawke's Punjabi, and Dianella playing Helena Valley. So 2 real cracking games of cricket there. That should be a pretty equal all round, I think.
Well, realistically, as you say, sudden death, no quarter asked. And we will be at, Dayton District open space these days. I'll make sure I get it.
You don't want to watch an A-grade game at William Henry. There'll be a few balls in the lake.
I saw William Henry's got a game this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, no. The match of the week this week will be Caversham Dayton versus Hawke's Punjabi, because no one likes an exciting match that could see the minor premiers get knocked out. So
upset there.
Hawke's Punjabi, it's up to you. Well, your side.
Yeah.
Turn up. In the promo, I said,
yeah,
they've got nothing to lose. That's the pressure.
Big time. Man.
Psychological pressure.
It only takes a couple of quick wickets in finals games. What can you do? It's turn up, put your best hat on, and hope for the best.
Yeah, well, as we start to have a look at B grade now, it was a week for the homies, the home sides. Oh, my research is just really going to get a talking to. Homies.
Sounds like me when I'm in the group chats with the boys.
A day for the homies and a few players as well. Not sure what's happening at Southern Rossmoyne. They didn't put any info in, but they went down anyway to Hawke's Punjabi, 2 for 165 to Hawke's. Southern Rossmoyne, 9 for 160. We'll go tag team.
Yeah. Glen Forest, 8 for 177. Beat Mundaring, 8 for 137, both off the 25. So a game that went the whole way. Yeah,
West Coast in their first season in the competition, 1 for 153 off 24.2.
It's not a bad score.
Got up over Midland, who put on a strong display, 6 for 152 off 25. Big shout out to everyone there, and a special mention to, we've got a follower now. He's a player for West Coast. He's the share of Perth Swan Cricket. He goes by one name only, Edo. And last week, Edo of Essex was playing, and I went down to drop some stuff off, and his dad's visiting from Essex.
Yeah.
I went to catch up with his dad. His dad was at the pub. So sorry I didn't catch you there, Steve Edo. But hopefully you got the singlets, and I look forward to seeing a community sports show singlet on display at the Stanford Lee Hope Club over there in Essex. So yeah, just give them a shout out. West Coast getting up over Midland and then Brabham.
Yeah.
Well, they had a bit of a glitch.
Yeah.
But they're back.
They've reset. So Brabham, 8 for 170. They're a really strong team, those boys. Beat Caversham, 8 for 120, both off 25 overs. So both teams pushed it all the way, but unfortunately didn't get the bickies, and the Brabham boys brought it home. So,
well, they've been in mixed form. So whoever their opponent is, and we'll look at that in a moment this week, will have a small degree of optimism.
Yes, definitely.
They were going along so well, so confident, unbeaten, and then all of a sudden, the wheels fell off.
Yeah. But they are a very strong team, and they will bounce back. So
absolutely.
They are playing needs to be very careful, because they're a dangerous bunch of boys. All
right, well, Mohammed Raza, he top scored with 80, while Ryan Wilson had 75 to his name.
Amrit Singh, 73 or 48. Kane Jeffrey 59, Tarkin Mars 43.
Yeah, good to see Tarquin back up there at Glen Forest. Muhsin Ali had 41 not out. One of the stalwarts of Midland, Rob Coverley, had 41. Harry Blanche with 40. And then a special shout out to the young captain up there at Mundaring, Lockie Walter. He got a mention for 30.
Yeah, and I love how you give me the Goldens again. That's great. One Golden Duck over at Glen Forest, so only the one.
Yeah, not bad. We'll see how that impacts the ladder later on. AJ Stridham of Mundaring, top performer there with 4 for 23 to his name and 35 with the bat, while Nathan Porter had 4 for 26.
Maggie Bra 4 for 32, Sukhvir Bra 3 for 19, and Barrage Singh 3 for 22 as well. So a couple of 3-fers there.
Yeah, and speaking of 3-fers, Preet Buller had 3 for 24, and then both Owen Morris and Josh Gow had 3 for 26 to round out the bowling mentions.
Yeah.
You want the ladder?
Yeah, so moving on to the ladder, Brabham, as we said, pretty strong team there. 15 wins for the season. They only dropped 2. Caversham in second place, finished with 12 wins. West Coast moved up to third, I believe, on the weekend with 11 wins. Hawks Punjabi with 10, and then the teams that are out. Do you want to do them?
Oh, okay. Well, big shout out to Midland. All my mates at Midland there. Thanks, mate. Glen Forest, Mundaring and Southern Rossmoyne rounding it out. So Southern Rossmoyne should be the one to go down next year.
Yeah. The games for the weekend, Brabham playing West Coast, and I think that's going to be probably the game of the round in that grade. The two really strong teams, the West Coast boys all know each other really well, and the match-up between the two of them is going to be... Yeah, I think if anyone's gonna take it, it'll be. Well, look, Ryan's giving us some now.
He's saying we finished 4th, so I tell you what, it's Friday the 13th, so I'm going to let my statistician, my notes preparer, and whoever else gets in trouble tonight. That could be me.
Most guys would have taken the extra spot on the ladder, but when they're on.
Yeah, but realistically he can't because he knows who he's playing. So on that basis, then that'll mean that it's West Coast taking on.
Well, that's correct. That is correct. Yeah, Brabham taking on West Coast and Caversham are home against Hawks.
Yeah, the fixtures are right, Rhino. Sorry, we had the right fixtures.
Yeah. Good luck tomorrow, mate. You're going to need every bit of it, but go hard.
They're a good club, and as you mentioned, I love their take on life. They're
pretty upbeat on social media. That's for sure.
They are upbeat. That's the word we'll go with, mate.
Yep.
Walking to a different drum, but it's a drum that they love. I love it too. You know, I've spoken to Peasy. I've spoken to the committee. Thanks to PFG Plumbing and Gas, we actually have a media award for club content and engagement, and just as someone this year who's looked at the association at a higher level than historically, they're leading. So well done to them. Now, well done to C grade. There were 2 thriller games and 2 that weren't, so big shout out to the MJ fans there. Forestfield, well, they fell in a big heap, 52 all out of 23 before. Oh, it's funny how this fell to me. Just luck. To Middle Swan, 4 for 247 off 24.2 overs there.
That's ridiculous. Helena Valley 6 for 192, beat Carlisle 133.
Sorry, Carlisle.
Yep. You want me
you
to
can
take
have
that
one.
On Caversham 3 for 125, got over SKLP all out for 124.
And Bullsbrook in the first of their 2 sides to go through, 5 for 134, defeating Brabham at 129.
Go on, you want that next one too. I know you do.
I don't know that I'd say I want it, but he is the talk of the town, and he's come into the Middle Swan side, and just from the T20 competition onwards, come join the club, and he is a standout, and with figures like this, it is no surprise at all. Noah Critter-White leading the batsmen last week with 165 off 84 balls, batting at 2.
Yeah, 196 strike rate, just quietly.
Yeah, well, that came as a result of 12 fours and 15 sixes.
Yeah, bang bang.
See ball, hit ball.
Yeah, that's it.
100.
Speaking of see ball, hit ball, Sohan Lai 72, Ryan Griffiths 53, Big Dan Foster 52,
Yeah.
Manpreet Dillon 48, and Madesh Matapriya 43. You want to take it from
I
that?
thought you were going to give those to me. Thanks for that.
No, I'll take
Ryan
it that way.
Twist. Well, there's a twist in the tail here because there were rumours that Twisty wouldn't be playing for Bullsbrook this week. He's still in the nominated side. He had 41. Glenn Sands at Forestfield, he's the skipper. He had 37 off 49 there. And I say that because realistically, that is out of a score of 52. So, yep. Well done there, Glenn. Then it was either ducks or ones until Blake Gangel down at 11 with a very stoic 3 not out.
Yeah, hard day in the office, that one.
I'm smiling because I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah. Cale Kirby 33, Phil Lancaster 30 not out, and Jeremy Bagnara 30, and there was one golden at Forestfield.
Just the one in amongst a sea
Yeah.
of ones and ducks, so not too bad there. Kuldeep Chowdhury, one of your fellas, he had 4 for 19, and then another one of your boys, Mahan Lathwal,
Yeah.
with 4 for 23. A couple of forfeits there.
Yeah, not a bad day out.
Share
for
it
those two.
around, boys.
Yeah, no, there's none of that.
Now, this line here, it says Liam Bryan in the book,
Yep.
but I actually know that it was Brett Ryan Holston. A bit of confusion there. We're working behind the scenes to get that updated for awards and things.
There you go. There's a couple of those out at the minute.
Yeah. So Brett Ryan Holston with 3 for 9. Matt Lolly had 3 for 10, while Chris Barker 3 for 18, and Ian Thomas of Carlisle with 3 for 51.
Moving on, this one's the ladder, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Bully, 13 wins and 4 losses. Caversham, 12 wins, 5 losses. Helena Valley finished with 10 wins and 7. And Middle Swan, 9 and 8.
We got in there,
Yeah,
boys.
snuck in there, right on the skin of the teeth. But they got in, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
And the unlucky ones missing out this weekend, Carlisle, Brabham, SKLP, and then Forey with only 3 wins, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, still, we said... Pardon me, viewers. Many people have wanted to pay for this to happen.
There we go.
Oh,
He's got it
dear.
back.
One moment, please. The show is important and we'll proceed in a moment.
I'll give him a chance to have a drink. So the games from the weekend, Bullsbrook playing Middle Swan and Caversham are playing Helena Valley. So
Yeah, and that game there, is that the one at
that'll be a
Jack
William
Mack?
Henry.
Oh, that's
No,
at
so
William
that's at
Henry.
William
Yep.
that one. Yep.
That should degrade. Now, that Bullsbrook Middle Swan game,
Mhm.
Bullsbrook only lost 4. 2 of those were to Middle Swan. It's at Pickett Park at Bullsbrook.
Yep.
I think they'll be keen for a bit of revenge in a final.
Yep.
Jurors, another player that I heard was out but is listed,
Yeah.
as is Crosby. So Middle Swan will need to be in good form and not just rely
Yeah.
on 1 or 2 players there.
Broken record. It's a final. It's anyone's game tomorrow.
Come on, boys.
That's it.
All right, well, D grade. It was a bit light on the big scores here, but we'll go through them nonetheless. Southern Rossmine all out for 88, lost to Mount Lawley Inglewood 4 for 89.
Les Murdy Mazenod 3 for 103. Got over the top of Darlington 9 for 102.
Scarborough 119, defeating City Beach in the Coast Cup there, 9 for 116.
Coolbinia West Perth 5 for 123 off 24.3, so that one went right down to the wire.
Yep.
Beat Dianella 7 for 122 off 25, so yeah, really close game, that one.
Yeah, a good game there. Prabhud Hiwa had 51, got over the half ton and said that'll do. Ryan Newbold 46, Dave Spencer had 38. Well, Vic Wilson, thanks for following us, Vic. Good to see you have joined us as a supporter. Thanks for that. He had 35 not out. And Dave Eastman, not related to the cameraman, he had 32 not, to use your language.
Yeah.
And I know you like those, so I'll leave them for you.
2 Golden Ducks only for D grade this week, Darlington and Scarborough. So.
Yeah, Darlington probably disappointed, but they've blooded a few new players this year.
Yeah, a bit of a change team there for those guys this year.
So, and they've been out there representing, and as a one-team club, you were talking to me off air before about the challenges of being a big club.
Yeah. Only having one to pull from would be the opposite end of the scale.
Yeah. So big shout out to you all that got Darlington through the season there.
Yeah, definitely.
Haman Pathak, he had 3 for 10, while Vish Rajendran had 3 for 11.
Kyron Fuchs, 3 for 13. Tristan Showers, 3 for 15. I'm assuming that's Jordan Brook.
Yep,
Jordan
it is.
Brock, sorry, 3 for 16.
I'll add that to my list of things to give feedback on. And Andrew Robertson of the Les Murdy Mazenod variety and Shane Attard both had 3 for 21.
So the ladder in this one, City Beach finished on 13 wins. Mount Lawley, Inglewood and Scarborough both on 11. Southern Rossmoyne finished on 8. That'll take the top 4. And then Les Murdy, Mazenod, Dianello, Corvinia, West Perth and Darlington unfortunately didn't come home with the bickies this time.
They didn't, but City Beach, well, they take on Southern Rossmoyne, so the Southerners, big chance there. Mount Lawley Inglewood taking on Scarborough, and it is a big shout out to Phil Veach, who will play his 300th for the Panthers this weekend. Well done, Phil.
Yeah, that's an excuse to bring a win home.
Very much. Sometimes, though, wins milestone games in my footy journey, usually they're more of a curse.
Yep, same as me. Every milestone game hasn't come home.
No, that's the thing. Phil, good luck for tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, not trying to put the mockers on you.
Yeah, no. All right, well, speaking of mockers, I'm going to have a quick break here. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show, proudly brought to you thanks to Intersport Slater Gartrell, our naming sponsor, and our platinum sponsors, Vision Decor, for all your curtains, blinds, awnings, and ID Athletic, sporting apparel and promotional club merchandise. Let ID Athletic help build your identity.
Come gather round, it's a brand new week. The games have been played, now let's take a peek. Wickets are falling, cheers rise through the air. Heroes in the making, showing how much they all care. Highlighting legends from every grade. Tales of triumphs, they're never gonna fade. Hey, hey, hear the warriors roar. Celebrating moments, always giving us more. Perth Swan Cricket, we rise and shine in the game of our lives. We're doing just fine. On sun-soaked afternoons, legends come alive. Cricket bats swinging, they're ready to thrive. From every club with the glories untold, come join the story, let the magic unfold. Hey, hey, hear the warriors roar. Celebrating moments, always giving us more. Perth Swan Cricket, we rise and shine in the game of our lives. We're doing just fine. Scored and each ball that's bold, a new story is made and never gets old. We're more than a team, we're a family, we're one. Cricket's our joy, come and join the fun. Oh, hey, hey, hear the warriors roar. Celebrating moments, always giving us more. Perth Swan Cricket, we rise and shine in the game of our lives. We're doing just fine. And here's to the fun. The community sports show is our #1. Cheers to the players, to every last cheer. Weekly Warriors united without any fear.
And just like that, modern technology,
Click of a button, literally.
a little electric buzzer goes off on the chair and it goes, wake up, Noel. It's time to get back into it here on the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association review show. You're here with me, Noel Knowlesy Johnston, and our co-host with the most, Steve Abbott of Cavish, and welcome back, mate.
Thanks, mate.
You recovered during that break, having to listen to me even more?
No, I just needed a drink. I was going to do you in a minute with a frog in my throat. So
I'm not sure that's allowed on camera, but we'll move on from there. Congratulations, what is allowed? Sorry, viewers, I'll go sit in the naughty corner.
we've lost him. He's gone.
People say, what's the fun in commentating and doing this? And that's the fun.
Yeah.
The one-liners, sometimes I forget that they're not meant to fall out. They...
Well, just on a quick side note, that probably hasn't been mentioned, but the one-liners, poor old Dennis Cometti.
Yeah, look.
He had every trick in the book when it come to one-liners.
And literally just terrible news, a loss to the sporting community.
Massive.
I was lucky to have known Dennis through his son. We saw Neil did some time at, I think it was Channel 7, he said, with him. But just a legend of the sport.
Yeah.
Literally 2 weeks before he passed, I actually did a one-liner and called it my Comedieism. So a big shout out to the Comedy family. Mark, who used to be on our radio show, his son, the wrestler, was one of our old radio show panel members. Big shout out to everyone there.
Sorry, little tangent there.
No, that's okay. No, absolutely valid, mate,
Yeah.
and perfectly valid. Well, we've just seen the weekly Warriors videos for the effort of the week and the achievements over the past week or so, because clubs don't always get them in on time, so it could be a week behind, who knows. But well done to everyone who's included in that video, and as always, a big thanks to the clubs and the photographers for putting the pictures out there. Your club does it?
Yeah.
Chris,
yeah,
I think,
Christo's
is
the man when it comes to that stuff. Everyone hates it when I post stuff on Facebook because it's pretty bland compared to what he does.
Yeah, well, Christo, thanks for your help with us as well. But well done to everyone included. Thanks to the clubs, the photographers. It is something we're going to look to grow next year. How we do it, try and streamline it. This week, 17 different clubs involved. Yeah, thanks very much to you all. Now, I had a glitch a couple of months ago. We sort of abandoned the video of the week, but it's been back the last few weeks. And for this week, we had another 6-pack. And 5 of those... One club. I reckon Allenbrook have gone... We're near Joey Swan Valley Diner.
Yeah, they taste good.
They taste good. We could get some freebies. So Allenbrook submitting 5 and Swanview with 1.
Yeah.
Some big hits in amongst them.
Yeah, big hits, all right. You made my day when I saw who we were going to give it to, but that's okay. I won't hold a grudge.
Yeah, well,
Into the tennis court's all he likes.
No hard feelings here.
No, not at all.
All right, well, what we're going to do is actually play one of the video moments of the week, and this person is close to you.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was a long way away from me by the time the ball finished moving.
Congratulations to...
He's never hit some. Yeah, I think he has been.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yes! Well done, Declan. Well batted, mate. Well batted.
I told him start of the game, I was like, hit 100 today.
Bit of muted laughter off behind the camera there as Knowlesy clicked the button. I led with an intro that would suggest that it was going to be player A when in fact up popped video B. See, I'm so considerate, Steve. You said you were traumatised. I couldn't possibly have played that video. So congratulations to Declan Pilkington of Swan View for taking out one of the Joey Swan Valley Diner vouchers for his maiden ton there down in J grade. Well done to whoever took the video as well.
Look, hopefully in a couple of years he can pump me all around the park too. I'd be excited to see it.
Well, I'm not going to let you off that lightly, mate, because Declan got one because it was his maiden ton and over 1,000 people looked at his reel. But on the voting side, I reckon the family in South Africa have got around him because it is a bloke who, how many games you say he's played?
I think he's only played 2 or 3 in WA.
And he's already won an award on the Perth Swan Cricket Association review show. Thanks to Joey Swan Valley Diner, it is Ian Van Staden.
Ian Van Staden.
Well, whether he's around to collect it or not will be a mystery.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Turned up out of the blue and he's probably disappeared back into the ether again. But hopefully he hangs around because he's pretty exciting to watch.
Yeah, well, talking of pretty exciting, the menu at Joey's is pretty exciting. So those two winners can have their choice. Breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea or dinner. Hot or cold food.
It's a lot of choice.
I'm a big fan of the waffles myself. All right, let's get into it because we've still got a few grades to get through. E grade will lead off here. Swan View 5 for 84. They came back. They were winless up until a month ago.
Yeah, and they've come home with a storm.
Very much so. 5 for 84, defeating Carlisle all out for 81. And Maylands, this was going to be the broadcast game, and something telepathically said, Knowlesy, don't do it. I went around, I dropped off the presents, and perhaps Maylands were feeling a bit left out because they could only rally 74 after Belmont put on a 3 for 225.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they had to go with that game, and if they didn't go, they were never going to make it. So
Correct, yep.
what can you do? Caversham, my boys, 7 for 178. Another reasonable score there. Beat SKLP 9 for 102. And Ellenbrook come home with the Chockies 6 for 129, beating Brabham, and the wheels have fallen off of them too, just quietly 8 for 124. So
you're not meant to smile as you say that.
Well,
you're
crosstown
allowed. You're
rivals,
allowed.
they wear
Yeah,
those,
you're allowed.
that blue uniform, so I'm allowed to.
All right, well, I'll get through the mentions here because it could be traumatic. I'll do the 1 and 3 for you. Dylan Self, well, he's performing there. He had 100 not out, batting at 3.
Big Michael Munson, 84 off 63, opening the batting. 7 4s and 5 6s, and got out trying to hit the 6-6. So I think he was pretty cooked after that.
Having a go there, Munners. I like that. And Van Staden, well, he got the video award. He's also in brown here as a standout performance of the week. 81 off 27. So he didn't just punish you, he punished
he's moving.
others. Batting at 1 for the Rangers. They're fancy coming in to a club, playing first or second game and batting at 1.
Yeah, definitely. I dare say he turned up to training and said, I'm opening, boys, whether you like it or not, but that's okay.
8, 4, 7 6s, and that is 74 of his 81 coming from the boundary.
Not many runnings there, that's for sure. Matt McLaughlin, 58. Arpit Main 39, Manish Shukla 36, Will Ho 32, Amjid 30 not off 23, batting at number 10 too. So, yeah.
Yeah, some good performances there.
Definitely.
I'll let you do the Goldens, then I'll respond to a question online from one of our followers.
So Goldens for the weekend. Carlisle 2, Swanview 1, Maylands 1, and my boys Caversham giving up. It was actually not just 2 Golden Ducks, it was actually 2 Golden Ducks off the last 2 balls of the game. Off the last 2 balls of the 25 overs of the game. So shout out to the 2 captains. Thanks, boys. Well done.
The joys, eh?
Yeah.
We've got a question, and by virtue of the fact that you've commented there, Fletcher, welcome to the show, mate. Have missed seeing your jokes of the week, but haven't missed hearing them. Fletcher of Carlisle there asking our thoughts on the Carlisle v Swanview first grade semi-final and asking for our tips.
Look,
Well, we don't normally tip, but we
No.
will.
Well, you can give some insight. I don't know much about the first grade because I haven't really followed it, to be brutally honest, but a 5 for 50 sounds like a pretty good return.
Well,
So,
Joel Shaw there
yeah.
reckons he's going to make that. Look, Joel, if you do that, we've said it throughout, you know. It's a big question, and a question that a few clubs will ponder tomorrow, I imagine, with the weather. If you win the toss, do you bat or bowl first in the one-dayers?
Yeah.
If you're a bowler and it's overcast, you might like the
Look, I think the Saturday and Sunday the weather's supposed to be pretty
similar.
equal,
Yeah.
similar, but taking into consideration how tired you're going to be after being in the field for 80 odd overs in the first day, it's probably not a bad toss to lose in my opinion. But yeah. But after watching Swanview's effort in the President's Cup, they're a pretty slick outfit. So I haven't, to be honest, I don't know much about the Carlisle side,
Look,
but they're going to have to come and go hard. So.
Carlisle, and you guys know this, they've got, like every club, they've missed Damon Shepherd this year. They've got young players in. Fletcher's brother Louis in there. The man I used to call Womble, who's not really a Womble, Alex Bastable. I misheard his nickname the first time I commentated them, and I was sure they were calling him Womble, so that's what I went with.
Roll with that.
Yeah, I did go with that. But they need their bowlers to perform.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in runs on the board.
Yep.
Because then you can apply the pressure. But the flip side to runs on the board, you've played enough cricket.
Yeah.
If you know what you're chasing, it is usually easier because you can break it
Set
down.
your tones. Yep.
So I'll throw it back on you, Fletch. If you win the toss, would you bat or bowl first? And I'll give you a prediction after you tell me the answer to that. All right, let's have a look at the bowlers. Speaking of bowlers, Nitesh Kamani had 4 for 17 to be the best of the E-grade bowlers there. Reece Strawn with 3 for 6. Louis Bell had 3 for 8. Jaden Garlick of Swanview, he's come into some good form. He had 3 for 30. 3 for 25. Sorry there, Garlo. Daria Thakor, one of the Allenbrook boys, he was in the video there. He had 3 for 28. And we like catches. According to the voters, catches win matches.
Yeah, definitely.
Harry Parnu had 3 for Allenbrook, and I'll let you talk through the ladder.
Look, going through the ladder, this is one of the ones I was talking about earlier. Between first and sixth, I think the comp was open right the way through to the very last game. So I think it came down the last week, first 1 to 5. There was only 3 games between us, all of us. So it was a really equal competition this year. Cavi come home 12 wins, 4 losses, and a draw. Brabham 11 wins, 5 losses, and a draw to us last weekend. Belmont come home in a storm. They were outside of the
They were 5th, yeah.
come home with a big storm last week, 11 and 6, and Ellenbrook also on 11 and 6. So it was a real close comp in the E grade this year, and unfortunately the guys that don't get a game this weekend, Maylands, Carlisle, SKLP, and Swanview, and those teams were all well within contention. If Swanview started like they finished, it could have been anyone's right the way through.
Could have been anyone's.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of could have been anyone's, your D grade, they're playing Allenbrook at Jackman, home of the
Oval.
mighty 78.
Yep.
A few things for the club to get around, not logistically, but playing at a different ground.
Yeah. Look, we've played a couple of games at Jackman this year in the T20, so most of the boys know what they're up against, but I dare say the boys will be out a bit earlier tomorrow to check the pitch and look at the outfield and the stuff that we haven't had a chance to do, but it's a pretty slick outfit, so...
Yeah, I played all right last night at training, so keep the ball low, that's my advice.
Yeah, and the other game for the weekend, there's Brabham and Belmont, which is going to be a cracking game. It's going to get either broken out really early or it's going to be a very close game, that one.
Yeah, well, good luck to both sides there, but I won't fib. I've probably got a soft spot for Belmont in that one. F grade, not because I'm biased, just because I've got a soft spot. Because I'm a caring soul.
There you go.
F grade. Well, Mount Lawley Inglewood, 98 for 9, lost to Southern Rossmoyne, 161 for 7. While Yokine Pilbara, 6 for 183, defeated Ascot, 4 for 101.
Dianella, 63 off 20, fell to West Coast, 3 for 64. And Brabham, 171, lost to the Wolves, 7 for 188.
Yeah, well done.
Pretty reasonable scores there. It looks like a fairly close finish. So
yeah, reasonable scores in most of them. Well done to West Coast getting your win there. It's been a lean season for the F grade coasters. Josh and Deep Buller had 52 not out of 24. RB Singh 41. Amila Vithanarji 36 and Amrit Raj rounding out a lean batting mention, 33 not out.
Yeah, on with the Goldens. Only the one in F grade this week, Southern Rossmoyne. So, and then with the bowling, Jack Dow from West Coast, I'm assuming, 5 for 20. Thanuja Samara Singh 3 for 9. Sorry. Steve Paternostro 3 for 14 in his 250th game. Cherry and Knath 3 for 22, Ben Davidson 3 for 31, Dan Waldoff 3 catches for West Coast, and Akash Patel, that's half the team, 5 catches for Brabham.
Yeah, wherever he's fielding, don't hit him to him.
Yeah, that's it. Another magnet.
Yeah, that's you don't hit it to him.
Yeah.
Well done to Dean and the team. I'm going to fix this because it's done it for 2 pages now. I'm just going to discreetly take a space out there so my pages line up. Congratulations to the Western Wolves. They are the minor premiers. They've worked hard. Yeah. I see their posts every week. Southern Rossmoyne literally just half a game away. Brabham a couple of games behind them, and then Yokine Pilbara rounding out the top 4 with Mount Lawley, Ascot, Dianella and West Coast no longer taking part.
Yeah, games for the weekend. The Wolves playing Yokine Pilbara at Hudson, and South Rossmoyne playing Brabham. That's a bus trip down to South Rossmoyne, that one. So.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying nothing there.
Yeah.
Western Wolves at home, at the home of West Coast there, so all you Yokine Pilbara fans, be aware, as we said before, check your fixtures.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, G grade, G, last week stood for goodness gracious, according to my researcher, whose ability to get these things right is in question at the moment, but we'll soldier on. The Sharks, that is Scarborough, 9 for 90 lost to Maylands, 6 for 91, and that was a battle of third versus second, so not as close as you would have thought there, but 6 down for 9 anyway.
Yeah.
Allenbrook defeating SKLP 4 for 151 to SKLP, all out, 63 off 17.
And Uni with the bye, and it looks like no mentions from game 1. What is that?
Before we get to that, just a big shout out to Mundarrian. Well done on your win over Helena Valley. Uni had the bye, and so did Steve on that last game.
Yeah.
There were no batting or bowling mentions in that first game. That's okay, mate.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yep.
You're here. It's end of a long day.
Yeah, big time.
Um,
Sean Saunders, 58 off 45, was the only batting mention for the grades. So
You might as well run through the next three lines.
yeah, Saxon Howes 3 for 6, Mike Blackie 3 for 10 for Mundaring, Camillus Johnson 3 for 17 for Helena Valley, and then 3 Goldens, all at Helena Valley. So
Go Raiders.
yeah,
Dare to hope. I think I've spoilt the party there. But anyway, congratulations, Allenbrook. They took out the minor premiership, just one win ahead of Maylands there. So Maylands, a young side coming through. I like seeing that.
yeah,
11 and 3. Scarborough and Helena Valley tied on 7 wins each, but enough to get them through. While Uni, Mundaring and SKLP will sit out the remainder of the season.
yeah. Onto the games: Ellenbrook and Helena Valley, and then the second game will be Maylands play Scarborough Sharks. So
Dun 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 dun.
yeah.
Now, there's a note there that says I'm looking forward to, or well, we're looking forward to plenty of Maylands pictures. Big shout out to Andrew Ho there. He's, pardon me, got a new camera and very proudly taking
Nice.
pictures for Maylands. So good job there, Andrew. And on that note, I would say to all the clubs out there, you don't need to be Andrew. We all sit there, half of us, on our phones.
Yeah.
Turn the phone to the game occasionally, and even if you get the photo of the bloke that made 50 as he walks off,
Well, the guy that made the golden duck.
yeah, well, either or. Just tell us if it's a golden duck or a 50 or a 100. We'll treat them a little differently. But look, wherever you are around the grounds this week, please be sure to take plenty of photos. Get your team photos.
Yeah.
Every club, if every club can get a team photo of your team in before the game starts, rather than halfway through or in the middle or at the end when you're all dirty and sweaty,
Yeah.
get a pre-game photo of your team and send them through to us. We'd love to create a video of that next
Yeah.
week as well. All right, H grade, I'll let you run through the scores and
Yeah.
I'll do the bats.
Carlisle 4 for 108 off 20, beat Ellenbrook 8 for 87 off 30.
Yep.
Midland 8 for 127.
Yeah, I questioned that because there was a 25 over maximum last week. So I wasn't sure how Allenbrook got to bowl or face 30 overs. Paul Fernie,
Yeah.
please explain.
Somebody tell us. Midland 8 for 127, lost to Glen Forest 8 for 144. City Beach 3 for 118, beat Bayswater 7 for 116, and Coolwinia West Perth won thanks to a forfeit from the boys at Yukon Pilbara.
Yeah, a couple of forfeits falling into the
Yeah.
grades.
Yeah, unfortunately going down the grades.
Yeah, as we do. All right, well, there were no mentions from game one. That is the Carlisle-Allenbrook game there. Jack Wheeler, the best of the batsmen, he had 53, not out for City Beach. Sean Day had 51 for the Bulldogs, that is Bayswater, for those unfamiliar with that. While Amanpreet Singh and James Saunders with 31 and 40 respectively for Midland. Big shout out to James, I suspect a younger brother of Brad Saunders.
Probably better looking too, just quietly.
Well, I'm not.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
He'll take the joke.
Yeah. No comment there.
Yeah.
James, thanks for following the show, mate. Congratulations on. I don't think that's actually his first. I think I've mentioned him before, but
Nice.
well done to James there.
Yeah, good.
You can have the next 2 lines because one
Yeah.
of them's your favourite.
Tom Walsh 3 for 15 off 5 for City Beach was the only bowling mention, and no Goldens for the weekend.
I know that disappoints you when you say no
Yeah.
Goldens, but that's the reality. City Beach, well, they were dominant and they finished 4 games clear of Midland on top there. Midland in second, Coolbinia West Perth take third, while Bayswater get into the finals as well, with Carlisle, Glen Forest, Jokine, Pilbara and the Rangers all missing out.
Yeah, and then the games for the grades: City Beach playing Bayswater and Midland playing Coolbinia West Perth. So
Yeah, a couple of again, this is where, see, Bayswater 6 games behind City Beach,
Yeah.
but they go into the game both with 11 players, both with 40 overs,
Yeah. Only takes one.
both
good ball.
with an equal chance.
Yeah, 10 good balls or a couple of good hits. It's the only difference between
Yeah, 100%.
cricket's a stupid game.
Spoken like a true batsman. All right, well, that's, yeah, I was neither a batsman, bowler or fielder,
Yeah.
at least officially. All right, well, we'll take our final drinks break here. It is here on the Perth Swan Cricket Association review show, brought to you thanks to Intersport, Slater Gartrell, and our platinum sponsors, ID Athletic and Vision Decor. Thanks to them both. We'll be back in just a moment here on Community Sports Show.
Community Sports Show, they tell our tales. All of the highs and lows, the triumphs and fails. Nosy and the team watch every shot that we play. In the Perth sunshine, we want to dance every day. Across the Perth Swan, we keep making noise. With every match played, we celebrate the joys. From the rivers and hills to the shores, bright and blue. In the heart of Perth, the love of cricket we brew. Oh, 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 Every game that is played makes its history online. Perth Swan Cricket and Community Sports Show, together we shine. In every grade we shout and we cheer, the Perth Swan spirit is loud and it's clear. Here's to the bowlers and all of the bats, the thrill of the chase and the midfield chats, the swings and the misses. We've seen them all. It's the love of the game that makes us stand
Turn that one off. Yeah, we're back, I know. Well, I'm surprised you found the time, because it seems like every time we go to a break, you're just responding to a dozen different messages.
No, it's only one message. It's all the boys trying to call me out for having my phone not on silent. But good luck, lads. Good try.
Stand on your own, Caversham. All right, well, welcome back wherever you are. It is the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show, edition 20, with me and old Nosey Johnston, and at the co-host with the most, Steve Abbott. Welcome back, mate. Now, we're on our final leg. It is the finals weekend.
Yep.
Your club is looking strong at the moment. Have you had to do anything different this week
No.
to prepare?
Look, no. Short answer, we're pretty stable in that response. Teams are pretty well set. A couple of guys moving up and down the grades. Lucky for us, we've got an open selection, so we can move guys around a little bit. But
Yeah.
for the best part, everything's still the same. A few more people at training than normal, but other than that, everything's been...
Funny how that happens,
Well,
isn't it?
one team that never actually turns up at all actually turned up for once, so that was different. I didn't know what half the blokes looked like anymore. So, yeah, but unfortunately, you got to put food on the table for your family first. So cricket's
Yeah, no,
just a game.
absolutely. Yeah,
So,
it's that balance. We were
Yeah.
talking about it, different culturally, different age, different. You know, back in our days, we didn't have mobile phones to remind us that we had a birthday party we were missing.
abuse each other.
Yeah, so... Well, modern times, it's all a challenge, but in these modern times, it is a step forward here on the review show, because we have absolutely dominated this year.
Yeah.
Our numbers have doubled compared to last year, and that's in no small part thanks to the Golden Ducks, the Association All-Stars team, and our effort of the week, as well as we gave out 2 awards to some bloke that belted you around the park, and to young Declan Pilkington for video of the week as well. So let's get into it. Just 2 grades to go. Let's have a look at our final 2 grades, because they are just as important. Unfortunately, unfortunately, 2 forfeits here. Association rolling in some money. I'll have to put up my pay.
Yeah. Look, unfortunately, this end of the season, and it was hot and everything else going on, so trying to get teams on the park when it's this end of the season makes life hard. But SKLP took a win from my boys Caversham. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a team together.
Middle Swan.
Swan.
We didn't forfeit, but we fought hard for our 81. Couldn't get the job done, though.
Yeah.
Mount Lawley Inglewood, a big shout out to them. Caught up with them after my trips around the grounds.
Yeah.
4 for 107, getting the win.
Bayswater, the Dogs, won thanks to a forfeit from City Beach. I know there was a bit of chat trying to get an off-the-cuff game between SKLP and Bayswater, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Nobody likes a forfeit, but unfortunately it's one of those things this end of the year. So,
and then Western Wolves rounding out the wins with a 5 for 96 win over Coolbinia West Perth. 7 for 95. Not exactly high scores, but nonetheless, let's go through them. Yep.
So Richard Aguilera, 48.
That was due about 10 minutes ago.
Richard Aguilera, 48 not out from 67 for Mount Lawley, and 4 for 17 with the ball off 5 overs too, so not a bad return there.
Yeah, good job there, Richard.
Yeah.
Tanmoy Mandel had 43 for the Western Wolves, and Shamod Vithanarji, 33 not out for Coolbinia West Perth.
And then on with the bowling, Anil Jaiswara, 3 for 8, and Nick Cirillo, 3 for 13.
Rashil Panshil took 3 for 17, and Dane Peake of Coolbinia West Perth. Congratulations, Dane. He was part of our Warriors of the Week with Coolbinia West Perth doing their, I'm not sure, Balloon d'Or or something they're called, their awards. Dane getting a mention in there, 3 for 19, and Mark Cozzo with 3 catches for the Panthers.
Yeah, no Goldens this weekend either, so not a bad turnout for I grade. Onto the ladder, SKLP finished 14 and 3, Western Wolves 13 and 4, Mount Lawley Inglewood 11, and Coolbinia West Perth 8. So unfortunately,
your side and my side both missing out there.
Yeah, and the boys over at Bayswater and City Beach as well. So
big shout out to our fellow sitter-outers.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how we'll describe
this
that bit.
Year sucks.
SKLP taking on Coolbinia West Perth, and Western Wolves taking on Mount Lawley Englewood in those 2 elimination finals. And in our final grade of the season, for the regular season at least.
J grade, Ascot 4 for 103, lost to Belmont. Another big score for the Bellies, 3 for 201. Forestfield 129, beat Les Murdy all out for 92. Swanview 8 for 190, beat Dianella all out for 62. And Bullsbrook 102, lost to SKLP 9 for 113.
Yeah, a couple of interesting results there. Swanview with their 190. Well, Declan Pilkington got through. He was one of the Video of the Week recipients. He was, in fact, the Video of the Week. He had 100 off 79 batting at 2 for Swanview, with 13 fours and just 1 6, so just 58 off the boundaries there to Declan in his maiden 100, and he was the 6th wicket to fall, so saw a few go around him.
Stuck around, young legs, lots of runs.
Liam Norwood had 93 and Will Sullivan 60 not out for Belmont, while Sam Bates had 57 and the Grizzly man, Jeff Grisnick, 33 not out.
Oh,
that is correct.
Yeah, I just read that one. 11 bowlers for Ascot, even the keeper got a bowl.
Yep.
Robin Roberts 4 for 7 off 4 for Forestfield. Reece Duzovic 4 for 17. Ken Duzovic, I'm thinking, and Jake Duzovic as well. 1 and 2 respectively, makes it 6 for the family at Les Murdy Mazenod this weekend.
Yeah, Jake is the grandson of Ken.
Yep.
And Reece is his son.
Reece is the son, so 3 generations in a team. That's pretty cool.
6 to them.
Yeah. And Pravin Vigjani.
Yeah.
3 for 24. So, and I'll take the goal. I'm not even going to ask anymore.
No, I know. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try, mate.
Yeah, and Les Murdy Mazenod. 4 Goldens for Les Murdy Mazenod. 4 Goldens for the round. 2 at Les Murdy Mazenod. 1 at SKLP and 1 at Dianella.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, you got some.
Yeah,
you might need to go there.
Yeah.
Les Murdy Mazenod, congratulations on taking out the minor premiership there. Forestfield in 2nd, Bullsbrook 3rd, and SKLP with 9 will take 4th, ahead of Belmont, Ascot, Swanview and Dianella.
And then the games for the weekend, Les Murdy Mazenod playing SKLP at Pickering Brook, and Forestfield playing Bullsbrook.
Yeah, that game I think is actually at Hartfield, so double check. As always, we've said it a couple of times throughout the night. Double check your fixtures officially online, because a few clubs playing at different venues as we get to the finals. Well, speaking of finals, we had our last regular season match last week, and we finished with 24 Golden Ducks. There wasn't a lot. There was a few you mentioned, a couple of grades sharing a few numbers there.
Yeah.
Gave us a season total of 415. Yeah, but when you look at it, 96 teams, 20 weeks. I'm bad at maths, so I'm trying to do it in my head. That's probably 200 games.
Yeah.
2 a game.
Yeah, that's not bad. You'll take that.
Well, actually, I don't know that I would take that, but anyway.
Well, as a bowler, I'll take it.
Yeah. A grade had the most. They had 43. C grade had 42, and then D grade with 40. Well, second grade had 13, and first grade 16. I think that's a result of the half as many at-bats, realistically. SKLP top scored in the club stakes with 37. Caversham also had 37.
Yep.
Then it was Coolbinia, West Perth and Dianella on the cold hard statistical numbers of 22. City Beach finished their season with 11 weeks consecutively without a Golden Duck, so a fantastic effort there by City Beach Green Range. And as I mentioned earlier, the winning, I need 2 arms for that, but the winning club will be announced at the association wind-up in a fortnight's time.
Yep.
Keep the element of suspense going.
I think we should open some betting on it and see who's there.
I think most people know. So that'd be an unfair bet.
I'm just happy we've got 6 teams to
To shed
pick
the
from.
load, yeah. Yep, life lessons. All right, speaking of life lessons, the Association All-Star team has been a massive life lesson
Yeah.
for me this year. It started because I saw a team put up, or a club, put up their team of the week.
Mhm.
I stole it, and then the next week I regretted having stolen it because it's now become a season-long mission. And I want to shout out to Paul Fernie, local Lone Allenbrook, one of the sponsors of the Association All-Star team. And I can tell viewers, because the reality is, life lessons. Careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
We did not establish whether it was a 2-day team or a 1-day team. It was an association team.
We need to put some rules in next year.
Yeah. Next year we'll probably split it to a 2-day and a 1-dayer. But what we actually did, viewers, I've done this, and so I can put my hand on my heart and say, as I spoke to Dave Peace this morning, because the clubs are all getting notified of who the award winners are for the
Yep.
wind-up.
Yep.
And some people will get an invite and go, I don't bat or bowl. Well, you might be in the All-Stars. What we did, I went through the top 10 in every single grade, from first grade to J grade. I looked at the batting, the bowling, and the fielding stats. That's over 120, that's 130 people.
Yep.
I then whittled that list down to a top 50 and then crunched some numbers, brought that down to a top 15 in the batting, bowling and fielding.
Yep.
I overlaid that on the existing team members. We've been public about who's in that team throughout. I overlaid the stats I found on the existing team and those who have been in or are out of the team to compare. I'd sent it off for anonymous feedback with no names attached, just cold hard stats.
Yep.
Don't want people picking based on favouritism. And we got some community peer reviews, so we did plenty of research there. And then finally, on top of all that, the most important factor, my lens and my gut feel was applied. And so that team was submitted to the PSCA executive in draft form. It was approved, and then, because that wasn't enough, I had to go back last week after the final round and double check that everything still stood, and the final round was factored in, and today I can confirm the official team has been approved. So congratulations to the inaugural team members there. And I'm just going to very quickly catch up because I've missed a few notes there. Can confirm if Carlisle win, Damon Shepherd will appear on the show next week. I tell you what, Joel Shaw, if there's any truth in that rumour, and I have heard that Damon Shepherd will be on the show multiple times over the years, if he is, I will donate $50 to charity. How's that?
Money where the mouth is.
That's how much I don't think that's going to happen. Not the Carlisle win. You might win. Good luck to you, and I hope you do. Neutrally, of course. But I'd love to see Shep in here because he was injured. He's had a tough year. But someone that hasn't had a tough year, well, let's have a look. I've had a tough year. You've had a tough year.
Yeah.
But thanks to our sponsors, Joey's Swan Valley Diner, as well as Intersport, Slater, Gartrell, and ID Athletic, we've had the prize, the best prize in the entire Perth Metro for any cricket competition every week. It is the effort of the week. And this week, it was another tough week for the selector, me, and I'm going to defer to you. because we had Noah Critter White, 165 off 84. We had Adam Colborne, 9 off 85?
Yeah.
We had 2 tons to Declan Pilkington and Dylan South. How do you pick that?
Oh, look, it comes down to what are you playing for the weekend. Obviously, guys like Noah Critter White, he was playing for his spot in finals, so 165 off 84 at that point when you're a game out of finals is probably not a bad return. Adam Colburn, I believe they didn't make finals, so for him it was a bit of a pride thing. Do we show a bit of grit and hang around? Declan, young fella, first 100, sorry.
Yep.
Again, more than half of his team score, and Dylan Self also batting to not play the mighty Caversham Crusaders on the weekend. So 100 at 3 and made more than half of his team score as well. So
it's been a tough week, and I tell you what, the philosophy has been consistent throughout. We reward efforts, and it's a feel, as we did with the All-Stars. It's a gut feel. It's a pride. It's a what difference have you made?
Yeah.
You know, there was someone earlier we saw made 20 odd down at 11.
Yeah.
You know, a few of those have been rewarded this year. However, a decision was made by the judges that they could not split the top 2 there. Noah Critter White with 165 off 84, a 192 strike rate. He was the 4th batsman out, put on 60% of the Middle Swan score, and as soon as Noah was out at 24.2 overs, they said that'll do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Noah, you'll take out 1 prize pack, and because it is our final regular season show, we're going to reward Adam Colborne as well, because 9 off 85.
Yeah,
that's an effort that I could do.
That's digging deep, big time.
Yeah, so well done to both of those players there. And I see there's plenty of banter going on about Carlisle now, even from the UK. Mr. Cheese, Mark Forthrop, saying the club are going to chip in for a return flight for him if they get into the grand final. Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, if the club... How's this? I'll go one better. Should clubs follow this, and we've seen everyone online and they say that I'm to blame for their wins or their losses. I'll put this out to you here now, Carlisle. If you get through to the grand final next week, you might not be able to afford to fly Mr. Cheese all the way from Warwickshire to Perth. But if you get through, I'll come down and I'll do the review show from Carlisle next Thursday night. That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, that's meeting halfway.
That's a little incentive for you, Carlisle. We've been mates. Let's see what you can do. All right, well, we'll see what I can do tomorrow, because I'm travelling to your place.
Yeah, come down to Dayton.
To see the Vision Day Corps first grade, or 1 day A grade, I should say, match between Caversham, Dayton and Hawke's Punjabi. Reminder, it's important we tell all the clubs, mate.
Yeah, 12:30 start for everybody tomorrow, so please be at the grounds 11:30, get it all set up, get it ready to go, because there's nothing worse than running around like idiots before the game. Please.
Yeah.
Make our lives easy as people organise the back of house.
Yeah, 12:30, so make sure you allow for that in your travels. A few different grounds as well. We saw some long distances besides to travel. Plan accordingly. Check your road maps. Make sure there's no roadworks on where you're going.
Yeah, that too.
You don't want to get somewhere
Caversham.
late. Yeah. All right. Well, Steve, throughout this year you've been on a few times. You're a sponsor of the show. I value your support. Thank you for being a part
of it.
Mate.
Get it out there. That's why we do it. We'd like to see the improvement of the game. That's what we're all here for.
All right. Well, on behalf of Steve Abbott, I am Noel Knowlesy Johnston, and it is the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show Edition 20, brought to you thanks to ID Athletic and Vision Day Corps. Until tomorrow at 12:30, I am signing off wherever you are across the globe. Please take care. We've had floods, we've had fires,
Yeah.
lots going on.
Wars.
Yeah, wars. Please, actually, that could be the barrier to get in here in time, Mark.
Yeah.
Getting a flight.
Chuhua's not the place you want to be at the moment, I
Yeah.
dare say.
So a big shout out to everyone in these troubled times. I say it all the time. Wherever you are across the globe, be nice to yourself. But please remember, be nice to those around you too. I am Noel Knowlesy Johnston, signing off officially for the last time tonight. See you tomorrow.
Tune in every week to the show we adore. From the heart of Perth to the world beyond, let's hear your roar. Perth Swan Cricket, let's make it clear. The community sports show brings us the cheer. Batting, bowling, and fielding with flair. Each game is a story for the players out there. Riding the highs, embracing the lows with passion and pride. That's how this game flows. It's the PSCA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. Hey! Breakdown of the action. Listen to the crowd. Cheers for the wicked. Oh, they're screaming loud. Cricket's not just a game. It's a sight to behold. Stories of legends, both young and the old. No matter the grade, we cover it all. With every wicket taken, we rise and we fall. Across the grounds of Perth, we gather and share memories of triumph, skill, and the players' great flair. It's the PSCA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. Hey, hey. Hey.
Don't
But
panic.
wait, there's
Oh.
more. Encore, encore.
Don't panic, viewers. You are not losing your mind. We are back, because just when I said we're signed off, as happens when you get to upper middle age, it does suddenly remind you that you've got a Joey Swan Valley Diner voucher to give away to one of those people that
Yeah.
commented during the show. So their names, just to be official, are on a piece of paper here. Oh, there it is. On a piece of paper there. Trust me, they're there. Steve is going to swizzle around, rotate it, slide it up and down, and then I'm just going to, like a claw machine, I'll close my eyes, you spin and swivel,
go,
and
go, 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 go.
just make sure I'm
Yep, there you
under
go, somewhere there.
somewhere there. I heard paper,
Yep, that'll do. Looks like Ryan to me.
and it is. So Ryan Leonard gets the Joey Swan Valley Diner voucher. Well done, Rhino. All right, now that is officially the end. We'll go back, finish the outro, and see you tomorrow.
Every wicket taken, we rise and we fall. Across the grounds of Perth, we gather and share memories of triumph, skill, and the players' great flair. It's the PSCA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. Hey, hey. Together we rise, united and strong. With every strap pulled tight, we all sing along. Commentary electric with stories that soar. This week's highlights leave us hungry for more. Catching every moment, we live for the fight. Every player's battle, our hearts beat. feel it rise. It's the PSTA Review Show, bringing you magic and many a treat. Feel the thrill and the pain and even the heat. Awards and recognition for all every week. Come on, join us. Let's take a peek. So tune in each Friday. Don't miss the show. For all that's exciting, the hype and the glow. Thanks to the sponsors who believe in the game. Your support and pride have earned you the fame. To Perth and beyond, we're proud to declare the PSCA Preview Show is tops everywhere. With bats and with balls, we're ready to roll. Join in the action. Come and feel the soul.